Man, if the MCU ended here, just imagine how perfect it would have been.
Would have been so peak.
Even with one or two bad movies.
Yeah, one or two,
95%
of it's great.
Yeah, we had most of it fantastic. But
say that again.
What was that?
Yeah, but hey everybody, we just finished watching Avengers Endgame. I'm Bladen, that's Joe. We have committed ourselves to rewatching the entirety of the MCU in release order in preparation for Avengers Secret Wars, what many are calling the next Endgame.
Yeah. Well,
whether it will reach the height or the hype or the peak
I don't think it will,
Avengers
but
Endgame. It remains to be seen.
It might still be good, but it's definitely not going to reach the hype of Endgame. It's just not.
I don't even know how to start talking about this. I mean, we've been on this journey for how many months now?
At least 4.
At least 4, maybe 5, and we're already here.
We're at Endgame, and it's been a journey, that's for sure.
Do you realize we have more stuff to watch after this than we have watched before this?
Unfortunately, it's not quite as good as before this, which is why it's kind of painful to think of it like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of it's going to be stuff that I'm watching for the first time.
And a lot of it will be stuff that came out before the MCU even started.
Yes, that's true too.
Like, we're watching all the X-Men films, all the Spider-Man. Spider-Man rewatch is coming.
Oh, I know.
It's close.
That I'm excited for.
It's close.
As much as I love a lot of the MCU, obviously my love for the MCU comes from that era. So,
yep.
So I'll give a quick synopsis and we'll get into it.
You know how we do.
5 years after Infinity War, the Avengers are struggling with the reality of losing to Thanos, trying to keep the world from falling apart and keeping people from giving up hope. 5 years later, Scott Lang returns to revive hope. Avengers Endgame premiered at the Los Angeles Convention Center on April 22nd, 2019, and was released in the United States on April 26th. So, hot takes on this movie.
I don't even know how to talk about this movie, dude. This movie has had so much build-up. In a lot of ways, this is why I wanted to start this whole journey. Is just to watch all of the MCU up to Endgame, watch the entirety of the Infinity Saga. And we did it.
And we've done.
We got one more movie until we hit phase 4.
Yeah. But
crazy.
It's crazy to think about.
Hot take. I don't have a hot take about this movie.
For hot takes, I mean, I don't really think it's a hot take. We've kind of been building towards this point for a while. We should have had like 3 more movies before Endgame.
Yeah.
That's not really a hot take.
That actually take place.
Yeah, that actually are in the timeline between.
Neither of which take place in between those 5 years. And I guess the reason why that they didn't say it was in between those 5 years is because we didn't know there was going to be a 5-year gap in between. But
like, you could have done 1 or 2 movies in between without saying like there's going to be this huge gap between. Obviously, there was going to be a gap between. There was 3 years between the 2 movies.
Mm-hmm.
There was going to be some kind of time gap.
And I would have liked a Ronin movie in between, but it would have been a big spoiler. It would have taken away from the impact of seeing the opening from this movie, which you say is the best opening in the MCU.
It really is. I mean, that could be a hot take in itself. This is the best opening in the MCU, like just from the main movies. Like, there's probably shows or side movies that have better openings, but
probably pick Avengers Age of Ultron. I just love the opening of that movie with all the Avengers kicking ass.
It's definitely good, but like the
tone that it sets.
You have the perfect tone setting. You have essentially showing you like this is what this is gonna be kind of thing. And Hawkeye with his family, and then them disappearing and him being the only one. Kind of statistically a little bit not likely, but I mean, give it to him. I mean, Scott didn't lose anyone from his family, so
well, he lost hope.
He lost hope, but not his family. Like he had his daughter and his wife, well, ex-wife and her husband.
Confirm they were still there.
I mean, it was their house that he goes to, so she didn't get relocated, and she's only what 16, 15 at this time.
It would have
Cassie.
been amazing if the cop got dusted too, and she got remarried again.
She's married to someone
so now she's got
else.
Scott the cop and a new guy.
Oh gosh, that would have been funny. But and then you have Tony and Nebula, which I'm so mad that they didn't do anything with those two beyond.
I mean, they have like just such
scene.
like
it's good, not like romantic chemistry, but chemistry
like
between the two characters.
Chemistry, and they have such like good, like they can bounce off of each other really well.
Yeah,
they can identify with each other. I mean, Tony literally being so connected to technology, Nebula being half
a cyborg robot, essentially. Like, yeah.
Tony feels like that sometimes, like he, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, no. I guess as a hot take, best opening in the MCU.
All right.
So, is this a good movie?
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I still don't think it's the best, even with all the things around it.
It's definitely not perfect.
Yeah, like there's a lot of nitpicky things. One of the things that I will probably bring up later, watching this in theaters, I think I saw Winter Soldier twice in theaters. I saw Infinity War twice in theaters. And I think I saw Civil War twice in theaters. This is the only MCU movie that I went and saw 3 times in theaters.
I haven't seen, aside from Ant-Man and the Lost Quantumania, any of the movies in theaters more than once, which is why I'm so excited for the Endgame re-release.
Yeah, that might be part of why I'm not so excited for the re-release of Endgame, which we'll get to that. We'll get to that one, that talking point later, but yeah, so I've seen Endgame 3 times in theaters. Every single hype moment from the first time I watched it was just as hype the second time, was just as hype the third time.
I think Endgame is probably my second, if not my favorite, movie theater experience of all time.
Yes. As a movie theater experience, definitely the top of the list. Like, no question.
There's only maybe 1 or 2 I could think that would be above it, and it's probably Infinity War or No Way Home.
No Way Home was very close for movie theater experience, but Endgame, you have Cap picking up Mjolnir, like the hype and the explosion of energy just from everyone in the theater.
Everyone
is incomparable. Every single time I went and watched it. The third time I watched it, the part where Thanos takes out the Power Stone and punches Captain Marvel, that one got some cheers, and that energy was great too. But yeah, every single time it got to a hype moment, like the energy was the same all 3 times that I saw Endgame.
Yeah, and you don't get that a lot anymore, especially after like the coronavirus and everything. Yeah. Like you don't get those like global moments where everyone,
they're trying, but
yeah, they are.
It's
but
not
it's so difficult to, especially now in today's culture where back in like before like cell phones and everything,
yeah,
things that were big, everyone knew about. Like Star Wars was a global phenomenon. Everyone knew about it.
Whether you watched it or not.
Whether you watched it or not, you knew what happened. You knew the Darth Vader line. You knew everything about Star Wars when it came out. Even something like Indiana Jones. Everyone knew about Indiana.
Yeah.
Like people grew up on it.
Yeah.
Like whether you were in adventure stuff or not, you just heard about it.
Yeah, you heard about it. You knew what the story was.
But now there are just like so many different things that people are interested in, and there's so many different fandoms.
Yeah.
That it feels
which is not bad.
Which isn't bad. That's a great thing that there's so much stuff that people can love and enjoy, and everyone has a different opinion about what's good and what's not. But it's just, as a society, we don't really have those moments of the entire world sharing something, and I think that Endgame was probably the last time that really happened.
Yeah, and it might be the last time it ever happens.
It might.
Because, like, the Endgame hype was definitely there. Like, probably from Guardians 2 on, the Endgame hype was there. Like, everyone was getting ready for it.
Yeah. I would probably say around the time that. I'd probably say around Spider-Man: Homecoming was when
Homecoming?
it really started.
It definitely ramped up then.
Yeah, once you got like Spider-Man and everything introduced into the universe, and you saw that Iron Spider suit, you were like, okay, they're setting something up.
Yeah. That's true. There was definitely, again, it was building up from.
Oh yeah, it's all everything. I think from Civil War was building to Endgame.
Yeah, which was a good thing, but at the same time, yeah, we should have had one or two things between Endgame and Infinity War. The main, and it's not really an issue so much, but like the things that we see from between Infinity Wars and Endgame is only ever flashbacks.
Yeah. We never get an actual story.
So we never got a story placed in that time except for Ronan. Which is why I think, not that I don't like the Hawkeye show, we should have gotten a rated R Ronan movie.
That would have been awesome.
It would have been amazing. Like, just imagine.
Yeah, because that's also how you could have introduced Echo. And then that would have set her up for the Hawkeye show.
Yeah.
You could have showed where Clint's like hearing started to like give out, which
I mean they make mention of it giving out before, but yeah.
I wonder why I can't hear you. I saw something the other day, and it was like, I wonder why Clint can't hear in Hawkeye, and it just goes through all the movies and it just shows all the explosions.
They did that in the show itself, like,
and I'm like, yeah,
it's like, yeah, no, that makes sense. A regular guy, just
literally no helmet, no nothing.
Yeah, but okay. So for the big question, I think this is going to be probably like our longest talking point. What would you change about this movie? Because while this movie is good, not going to deny that at all, there is a lot that I would change.
I would change a couple of things. And not that I would want anything to change about the movie. I would just like to see the potential of other things that could have happened. Like,
yeah,
would it have been awesome to see Cap do the snap? Yeah, but I wouldn't trade that for Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's anything that I would add. I would add things to the movie. I wouldn't change anything per se.
There's a couple things I would change. One, Smart Hulk. Change that completely. Like, why does he need to be Hulk for all these things that happen in the movie? He doesn't. You could be like, hey, Hulk's been suppressed for 5 years. Like, he's still afraid to come out, even though Thanos isn't around on Earth anymore.
And then
like,
when Thanos came back, that's when he comes out in the final fight.
Yeah, and you could have an actual redemption story arc for the Hulk. Like, that would have been a huge change for the movie, but I think it would have been great.
And you know what would have been cool? If in between Infinity War and Endgame, we got a Hulk movie where we see, because I think the thing with the Smart Hulk thing is that it just came out of nowhere. No one was expecting it to happen, and all of a sudden it popped up and it was stupid.
Yeah.
If we could have gotten like an introspective Bruce Banner Hulk movie where we see Bruce like talking to the Hulk in like his mind,
and
becoming
Smart Hulk.
And we see all of the like effort he put into like combining, like you said, combining the brain and the brawn, whatever.
Yeah,
it would have made it a lot better if we could have seen that instead of just being thrown into giant Bruce Banner.
Yeah, I think I brought it up in Ragnarok. Another one of the things I would have changed is Thor meeting his father rather than his mother, because I mean, they showed it in Ragnarok that his connection was to his father more so than his mother, whereas Loki was connected to his mother rather than his father.
Although I do really like.
Yes, I do love that scene.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't change that. It would have just been cool to see that instead.
Yeah. But like, just if I had to choose between the two, I think his father would have made the right emotional impact compared to his mother, who is like, yes, he did need a motherly side to him at that point, but you could have also done the stern father and been like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you've let yourself go so far, and this is what you are now. Like, come on, you're better than this kind of thing. Like, he could have used a pep talk like that.
I feel like that's kind of what we got with Rocket in that scene too. Like, snap out of it. We got something to do, and it didn't work. He needed that like emotional touch. which is what Thor kind of always did need. He's only ever really, all we have ever seen is really the tough love, sternness from Odin. So I like the fact we actually got to see a little bit, like literally the first movie.
The Dark World, he does interact with his mom.
Yeah, but like literally the first Thor movie.
Yeah,
we
is
see
the tough
that,
love
we see
kind of
that
thing.
where it's like, you disobeyed me, banished.
Yeah.
And what happened? Sure, he grew, but like, did he really need that harshness?
I mean, in some ways, I do think so.
I understand that too, but I don't think it would have worked.
Yeah,
on
not in
him
that
in
situation.
This situation. That's why I think it was great to have that motherly, compassionate spot. And I think that's also another reason why he was so drawn to Jane when he did get to Earth, is because he never really had that. Because once again, Frigga was always more
for Loki.
Yeah.
But another thing I would have changed is a lot of the little things that happened during the time travel scenes. Like Cap saying Hail Hydra, that would screw with the timeline so much. Like, to be like, oh, just returning the Infinity Stone to that point in time fixes it. No, that doesn't fix it, because that doesn't erase what Cap did. Because now you have the Senator guy and you have Rumlow both thinking Cap is Hydra, but then Winter Soldier happens later and neither of them think that. So like, you have that. You have him saying to himself, Bucky is alive, which you could make the argument that he erases it from his memory when he uses his staff, but like, that's not specifically said, so it's like, it could have been a problem. You have Nebula being killed by herself. So there's a lot of different timeline things that I don't think should have happened, and I think a big part of it, you could have left Nebula behind. He could have been like, hey, well, I guess he needed to send her there so they could get there, but like, I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you could have done it that it would have worked better.
What would have been interesting is if when Nebula shot at Gamora, instead of the other Nebula shooting herself, she just jumps in the way and saves Gamora, and then that's what kind of flips the old Nebula,
makes the old Nebula become
like,
that would have been interesting.
But then we would have her here, and we wouldn't have any of the history, so then Guardians Volume 3 wouldn't work as well.
Yeah, it would have been difficult. Valkyrie having a Pegasus, I would have taken that away. Why does she suddenly have a Pegasus? Did that come back from the snap? She didn't have it in Ragnarok. She didn't have it on Asgard. Like, where did this Pegasus come from? Get rid of that. I understand having it there
the
for
Beta Ray Bill.
the Pegasus is Beta Ray Bill. There was, I think, one more. Oh, Bucky getting the shield instead of Falcon. That is one thing that I definitely would have changed for this movie.
I would have thought I feel like Sam still would have ended up with the Captain America mantle in the MCU eventually, but I would have liked to see maybe Steve choosing Bucky over Sam once again, because Steve probably knows that Bucky needs that guiding light, which we see a lot of the time in Falcon and Winter Soldier, where Bucky's like, the shield's the closest thing I have to family now. I feel like Steve probably should have realized that that's how Bucky felt about it.
Yeah.
And maybe he realizes, I'm too close to this. He's like, it means too much to me for me to be a good Captain America.
Yeah.
And then Bucky passes it on to Sam.
Yes.
And maybe
would have been fine by
and
me.
that could have been like, we could have had old Steve come back in a way and show maybe he's not dead, because we still haven't seen old Steve. Is he dead? Is he alive?
He just disappeared after Endgame, and we've had 2 phases where he didn't exist.
Like, so maybe Bucky could have gone to Steve and asked for permission to give it to Sam, and then Steve could have been like, that was my plan the whole time, or something like that.
Is like, I gave it to you, I trust your decision on it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which would have been another big character growth moment for Bucky. But there's so many much better storylines you could have gone down if you had Bucky get the shield first.
Because Bucky having the Captain America mantle is such an integral part of his story in the comics.
Yeah.
Too. It's like, he comes back as Bucky in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And then I think a few years after that, that's when Civil War happens, and Cap dies.
Civil War,
and then he gets the shield. Like, he literally is Winter Soldier for maybe like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Something like that.
Before he gets the shield. It's like such an integral part of his character growth.
Yeah.
and like we just don't get it.
Yeah. And the funny part is because the comic storyline, when Falcon gets the mantle of Captain America, he kind of goes power crazy, and he like tears the Avengers apart and is like, if you guys don't listen, like you're not an Avenger, like you can't be here and not listen to me, kind of thing. And so like both people have had their storylines with the Shield, but it would have been really cool because if we got Bucky giving it to Sam going power crazy with the Shield, and then Bucky having to step back in, and then you bring back Captain America in some way, like it could have been really, really cool. But we'll never get that. But yeah, so anything else you thought of while I was changing things?
Yeah, I would have maybe set which I think you mentioned something about this while we were watching the movie. If we could have gotten the Kree-Skrull War in between Infinity War and Endgame, because it would have been like such a cool thing to be where
the snap wiped out half of people, but
somehow these people are still here.
Some people who got
and
snapped,
it's like, what's would have been
a really
and then we
cool
could have
mystery.
had that be the return of Captain Marvel and be like, no, these aren't your friends, these are Skrulls, and then the Avengers could be like, no, I don't believe you, like these are my friends telling me this.
Yeah.
And then we could have seen like the whole secret invasion play out during that.
Yeah.
Like what if we had like Endgame be like a Secret Wars movie, and then
I mean
Doomsday couldn't have been that far off, but you know what I'm saying.
They weren't planned for Doomsday as much as they might like to try and pretend they were. But yeah, no, I 100% agree. Like a Secret Invasion movie between Infinity War and Endgame would have been great.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we've got this question next. Timeline wise, do you like where this was released? We should have gotten 2 or 3 movies before.
Yeah, but I mean, for the timeline, you know. But I would actually like to say one thing, and we have the diagram here to show it. In the movie, when Hulk goes back to 2012,
the first attack on New York,
yes, and talks to the Ancient One, Hulk tells him, "You're 5 years too early." So from here to here is 5 years.
Yeah.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movies. And we got none for the gap in between Endgame and Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. It is insane to think about. Like, and I mean, you could make argument that Guardians takes place during Avengers, but there's no need to even do that. Like, the craziness is like how much storyline you could do. And they said they were going to do for phase 4 of that time between.
Yeah. And we got little flashbacks.
We got little flashbacks in the shows. And that was it.
We could have gotten a Ronin movie. We could have gotten a Captain Marvel 2, where we see her actually in space doing stuff.
We could have gotten a Nova movie.
We could have gotten a Nova movie. We could have
Guardians 3 with Adam Warlock.
Yeah, we could have had even the origin of Fantastic Four could have taken place in between this.
Oh,
like, what if Reed Richards was trying to find a way before Ant-Man came back to bring back half of the population?
My gosh.
And that's how the cosmic rays come into play. And he's like, maybe this energy that...
Or they're in space when Thanos snaps. They literally say, this is the most cosmic energy that has ever been recorded in the universe at this point in time. And then it happens again when Thanos destroys the stones, which I have problems with, but we'll get to.
Yeah, what if Reed Richards was trapped?
They're in space with the cosmic energy snapped, and say the cosmic energy, when he snaps and they come back, like...
Which, I mean, and that would have also made the Fantastic Four probably the most popular heroes in the world at that point.
Yeah.
Because half the population's gone. The Avengers aren't really a thing anymore.
Yeah.
And then we need heroes in the meantime. Like, crime didn't just stop.
It doesn't just stop, no matter how many people disappear. But, yeah.
If anything, I feel like there'd be more crime.
Yeah, I mean, it would depend. for a little while, it wouldn't seem like it was crime because there'd be so many people gone, like stores would be empty for a long time. So it wouldn't seem like it was crime, but it would be a lot more crime. But yeah, no, there's so much you could have done between Infinity Wars and Endgame. But yeah, they dropped the ball on that one for sure. And they never went back to fix it either. So
nope. Wasn't there like a rumor about like Ant-Man podcast series at one point? Like I remember hearing all about that, where it would be like Paul Rudd doing like a podcast, like in universe as Scott Lang.
Yes, Ant-Man. I thought that came around Quantumania's time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just remember hearing about it.
Yeah, I think that one was around Quantumania because they kind of even lead into it in Quantumania where he's selling his book and everything.
Yep. Thank you, Spider-Man.
Thank you, Spider-Man. But yeah, they dropped the ball on between Infinity War and Endgame.
You know what I wonder? If Wakanda Forever was placed in between that 5-year gap, where T'Challa is dead.
You don't snap, or you could just not snap him in Infinity Wars, and do the Wakanda Forever.
No, I mean like because in Wakanda Forever, like T'Challa is gone.
Yeah.
So what if you just move that in the timeline?
But then like when they try and bring him back, but I guess that could happen. But
and we get hints at like earthquakes under the sea.
Doesn't Shuri disappear too in the snap? I don't remember if she was one of them.
I don't know.
But she might have been one of them. I know there was quite a few Wakandans who disappeared. Snap was a little bit racist. It favored the African Wakandan tribe a little bit more than
no, at least what we saw.
Well, from what we saw, yeah.
Well, that's probably because
we only really see Wakanda, but I just was thinking that was funny.
Yeah.
But
apparently so are the Skrulls. I'm gonna cut that part out.
It's not gonna get cut out. I already know you.
No,
you're gonna leave it in.
I'm gonna leave it in.
But we could go into a little bit more detail on that. Like the secret invasion. Most of the Skrulls that are evil take over the Black.
We're gonna get into it in Secret Invasion.
We'll make
after I've actually seen the
show. When you've actually seen it. But oh gosh, I feel bad for you. I've watching breakdowns of that, but anyways, we're not on that. CGI. How do you think CGI holds up? Like this is definitely the best visually from the MCU. Like they put all I didn't
even see any like floating head in this movie.
Oh, I know the heads for like the Iron Man suits look so much better.
It looked like they almost switched back to practical.
They might have taken the feedback from the previous times, but I know later on they do a little bit more, and it's like all you need is the collar, and you can just line everything up with the collar.
Yep.
But yeah, the CGI in this movie is great. Like, it's one of the flashiest movies. I think this movie had the biggest budget ever at the time, right?
I think so, yeah. I think it might have just been behind Avatar. Or did this beat Avatar?
I know theater, like box office wise, it beat Avatar, but I don't know for like the price of making it.
Yeah. I think every Avengers movie when it came out was like the highest grossing whatever.
No, Avatar was the highest grossing for a while. So I think the first Avengers movie was
they came close.
But yes, they were always.
I remember Age of Ultron when it came out was like the third.
Yeah, it was high up on the list. But then you also have to take into the account of how much they spent on the movie. So if you spend $1 million on a movie and you only make $1 million, you didn't make any money. Like, but if I remember correctly, this one had a bigger budget than Avatar and.
Yeah, wasn't
made
it
more
like
money than
wasn't
Avatar,
it somewhere like around a billion, somewhere around that?
The box office passed $1 billion, but I don't think they spent $1 billion on it. But they're gonna spend $1 billion on Doomsday at this point. That's
and they're still putting out AI slots.
Still not. Oh man!
But as we were told,
we'll get
some of it's gonna be AI, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
That's gonna hurt him, honestly. But not here to talk about that. Not here to talk about that yet. Maybe in a different video. Character wise, do you think the characters are consistent?
Yeah. All except Captain Marvel, because she's actually likable.
She's a little bit likable in this movie compared to her movie. But again, she had 20 years to get a better character, so
I would say maybe Rhodey as well, because he switches up on the government in this movie, which
well, I mean, he did that
in Infinity War. Yeah,
so
yeah.
He's just kind of flipping on the government every time now. Yeah. So it's not too far off from his character. Even from Iron Man 2, like he kind of does it then too.
Yeah.
So it's not out of character for him to flip there. But I think all the characters are consistent. Aside from Captain Marvel, and as you said, she's way more likable in this movie than she is in her movie. But also, she didn't have as much screen time, so that might have had something to do with it. Because they probably couldn't figure out how to write her in a likable way, so they had to cut down on her screen time. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I can't really say Smart Hulk's not consistent. I just don't like him, so he's not inconsistent. But I think I'll get into it for the next question. Personal best performance in this movie.
I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man.
For sure. No, it's definitely high up there. That's not the one that I'm thinking of.
Chris Evans' Cap was so good in this. Although I don't like what they did with the character, Thor does give a really good performance in this movie.
Yes, much better than Ragnarok Thor.
I would say Thanos, but in comparison to Infinity War, absolutely not.
Yeah. I mean, I do think his character is consistent with what would happen.
Yeah.
Like, people complain about it. You brought it up while we were watching the movie.
The motivation does make sense.
He knows he's achieved his goal, whether he has achieved it or not. He's also younger by 10 years almost. Yeah. And so, no, it'd only be 5 years. Or no, it would only be 3 years younger. Right? From Infinity War to the first. To Guardians.
Yeah, so
3 years, yeah. Because it'd be like 2017 is Infinity War. And then 5 years later would be Endgame. The timeline screwed up a little bit.
So this is why we have the diagram.
Yeah.
So if Doctor Strange happened 5 years after Avengers.
Guardians could have possibly been taking place during the first Avengers movie,
right after.
So
it would be
Guardians to Infinity War.
I would say that's probably 10 years.
10 years between Guardians and Infinity War?
Yeah, from Avengers 1 to Infinity War, I would say probably Avengers, 10 years.
Yeah. And Guardians takes place 2 years after Avengers.
Yeah, so he'd be
8 years younger. Roughly.
No.
Because in the movie it says this is 2014 and this is 2012.
Okay.
In Endgame it says that.
Right, yeah. So
Guardians doesn't happen right next to Avengers.
No, so from 2014 to when did Infinity War happen? 2018? That's 8 years, and then plus 5 more years.
Yeah, so 4 years between Guardians and Infinity War. Oh man, it's a little weird trying to get through the timeline, but yeah, so 4 years younger Thanos.
Plus the 5 years.
Well, he won at the end of Infinity Wars. They kill him at the start of Endgame.
But he's still that much younger.
Yeah, but he dies at the start of Endgame before the 5 year jump. So 4 years between when he wins and everything.
I guess.
So not too much younger. But anyways, back to the point of what I was trying to say. He's seen that he managed to achieve his goal and that his goal didn't get him what he wanted. So him being like, yeah, I'd rather just tear everything down and build it anew, like, that makes more sense
Yeah.
and isn't inconsistent.
And he didn't even really say that he was going to, like, destroy, like, everything and build it back up. He just said, I'm going to do the same thing and just make everyone forget.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm going to kill you specifically.
I'm going to kill you guys specifically because you guys fight me. You guys didn't like my Thanos copter.
Oh, the Thanos copter. That's what we needed in Endgame.
That's what we really needed in Endgame.
That's what the blade represented, right?
That was his sword.
That was his Thanos.
It was the leftovers from the Thanos copter after it got crashed.
Yeah. I wish he used it as, like, the Penguin's umbrella in Batman Returns. He just, like, flew.
Just flies in with it.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh my gosh. But back to the question at hand. Best performances. The one that I like a lot in this movie, and it's not going to be a big surprise to anyone, Hawkeye. Like,
oh yeah,
he's so good in this movie, and he might have the third most screen time. I think Cap and Iron Man have him beat, but I think he has.
Yeah, he does a lot in this movie. I mean, we open the movie with him. We get a lot of backstory with allude to it with the 5 years where he's been Ronin. And then we have obviously he's the one who volunteers to go on the test route. I'm gonna take this off. I'm overheating right now.
I know, it's getting too hot. Ugh. Just for you guys.
Yeah, but yeah, Hawkeye definitely gave a great performance. Clint Barton.
Yeah. Jeremy Renner, great in this movie.
Yeah,
and I don't really like his hairstyle, but I think it matches his character for this movie. I love the Ronin costume.
Oh yeah,
it's
great.
Such a cool costume. Like, all that stuff is so cool to me. And again, I do wish we got a rated R Ronin movie. Like, that would have been really cool. And you wouldn't even have to say that it's an Avengers movie or MCU. You could have made it a side movie and it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the last one I wanted to bring up. I mean, Paul Rudd did okay. I feel like his performance was a little bit more flat compared to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah,
but
for sure. I noticed where he's, like, kind of phoning it in a little bit towards the...
At the same time, they apparently have thousands of hours of footage for Endgame. Like, at certain points, it's probably he's like, I'm fed up filming the same scene with people giving slightly different lines. Like,
yeah, he did give a really good performance when he first came out of the quantum realm where he finds Cassie. Like, that was such a touching scene where he's like,
for sure,
you're so big. Like, I couldn't imagine being a father and just going from seeing my daughter be like, what was she,
old?
6, and then all of a sudden she's a teenager, and I just missed all of that. Like, and then we get once he gets to the Avengers compound, I think that's where it starts.
Yeah, because that's where they have all the hidden story beats.
Yeah, so I feel like there were probably like 5 different movies being filmed, and like they've just. I mean,
if the rumor of 1,000 hours of footage is true, then they have 100 movies easy. Like, it's not just one movie that they were filming for Endgame, which is why I'm worried about what they will put in for the re-release.
And they are filming new stuff too.
And they're filming new stuff. They have 1,000 hours of unused footage, and they're filming new stuff. Like, what? But yeah, no, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I still don't know if I'm gonna see it. I know you want to.
Oh, I'm fully planning on going to watch it. Just for the theater experience. Again,
that's true. Like, going to Endgame, see it in the theaters, but it's not gonna be as hype. That energy's not gonna be there, man. Like,
maybe it'll bring it back. You never know.
Maybe it will, but I don't have the feeling it will. But who knows? Maybe it will. Favorite scene or sequence in this movie? The opening.
The opening, yeah. The
so good.
Clint and Tasha's fight.
Oh my gosh, on Vormir. So good.
The big 3 fighting Thanos was great.
So good.
There's one that you might not have thought I put on this list is the Captain America meeting where he's talking to everybody.
Okay.
I thought that was really good. Where and even afterwards, where he's like, I keep telling everyone else to move on, but I can't myself.
It's like, yeah, but here we are sitting
Yep.
here. I think the aftermath where he's talking to Natasha, I think that scene is bigger to me than the other one. But it's not like it's a bad scene. It's just like it felt unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like,
and just the whole final battle.
Yes, I
Like-
mean
like,
the
you're
whole
not
final
beating-
battle is
Like I can
is
pull
great.
out like 6 different parts
Yeah.
just in the final battle, like the Avengers assemble moment, Cap standing against the whole army by himself.
Dude, one of the best scenes.
You got Tony and Peter's hug, Tony's death,
Tony's
the
death
snap.
scene. Spoilers. No. There are a lot of really great scenes in this movie.
You got all the callbacks we got when
Yeah. I am Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.
You're
Peter
taking all this
activating
stupid with
instant
you.
kill. The Wasp saying Cap and giving that little look at Scott. You know,
Yeah.
like it's all.
There's
so
a lot
good.
of really cool callbacks for sure. And I don't know if I'd say it's what's missing from the Marvel after Endgame. Like, maybe it is. Maybe they just show that they don't have a plan. Whereas in this, it's like, yeah, we kind of had this in our heads the whole time.
No,
kind of
I
thing.
feel like the problem is with the MCU, and I felt this way for a while. I don't think I've ever said anything about it, but with the MCU, it really is lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, no,
They
I
got
would agree.
so lucky with what happened with the first 3 phases. Like, it could have gone wrong at any one of these moments. Like, a lead actor could have passed away, which thankfully didn't really happen in this first phase.
After Endgame.
You could have had movies just fall off that were supposed to be made and just didn't happen.
Like, say
you could have
Civil
had
War ended up not being
you could have had major
successful.
movies that like people just didn't like. And I feel like with phase 4, 5, and 6, they needed the same amount of luck, if not more. And they just got hit with COVID. They got hit with actors leaving, actors passing away. They got their movies were just being bashed, and I feel like
they weren't great either.
No, I'm not saying that, but I feel like they definitely did have a plan, and I feel like the plan would have paid off. The problem is they just didn't have the balls to stick to it, and they just listened to what people were saying so much. They just gave them what they wanted, and then when they gave them what they wanted, they switched up and were like, that's not what we wanted. And now they're trying to play catch up by just bringing us back to what we always used to love instead of building up this whole new thing because it wasn't going to work again. The first 3 phases of the MCU are lightning in a bottle. You're probably never going to capture that again.
Yeah, especially for so many movies.
Yeah, I have so much faith in the new DCU, but there's no way they're hitting the highs of at least the first 3 phases of the MCU. Like, they just got so lucky with how well received all of this was.
22 movies.
Because it's like, how do you do that?
Yeah,
22 movies.
22 movies.
And pretty much every single one of them was great.
Yeah. There's 1 or 2 bombs. Which, one is definitely a bomb. The other, people make the argument that it's fine, but
no,
it's not. No. It's still not great. But, yeah, no. It's definitely something that is extremely luck-based. And trying to force it is going to bankrupt you.
Like, I feel like they had such a good blueprint after this. Like, they had so much good stuff set up. Like, they announced the Fantastic Four, Shang-Chi, all the stuff in Phase 4 that was coming out. It's just that people didn't want that. They wanted this again. But what they were trying to give you was something different. Like the Eternals. If you look at the Eternals, it's not a bad movie.
I mean, I haven't seen all of it yet.
I personally like.
We'll get to the Eternals.
I thought it was pretty good when I first watched it, but people just didn't want new things. They wanted more of what they saw before. And I think the problem is that Kevin Feige and the people over in Marvel Studios knew that and were like, they don't want what we're trying to give them. Just give them what they wanted. And that's how we got movies like Quantumania and Love of Thunder. Because they were just like, they don't want the new stuff we're trying to give them. Just give them this. And then they rushed all this stuff out because that's what people wanted.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And in my mind.
Like, people were clamoring for an Ant-Man 3 after the first Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
People wanted to see Thor so bad.
It could have been so good with
But
Ant-Man
they just had to rush it out because people needed that.
But at the same time, like,
if we don't give them what they want now, they're going to leave.
Thor, Love and Thunder, and Ant-Man Quantumania were phase 6, right? Which means we had an entire
phase 5.
Was it phase 5?
I think so. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp was actually phase 4.
Was it still phase 4?
A lot happened in phase 4.
I mean, I know you're right, but the phases are also screwed up at this point.
You got your phone.
I don't feel like looking
Look it up.
We're talking about Endgame right now.
Okay. You keep talking about Endgame. I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, but I think the biggest part of it is a lot of their mindset was like trying to please the audience while also not caring enough about the audience feedback. Like, yeah, they were concerned about comic book accuracy to suits and stuff, like people were upset about for certain things. Hence why we got MODOK looking the way it was. But then they're not concerned about the comic book story of MODOK, where he's a robot essentially made by AIM to become the smartest person to make weapons of war. Like, so you have all these distinct things where they're like, we want to please the fans, but we don't want to please the fans, kind of thing. Like, so at some point, I do think you're right, but at other points, I'm like, they weren't looking to please the fans. They were trying to make what they wanted with the fans' ideas, kind of thing. Like,
yep.
But I do see what you're saying, and I think that it could have 100% been that way.
Yeah,
but
Love and Thunder and Quantumania were both in phase 4.
Wow. Jeez. And oh my gosh, and we're in phase 6.
Yeah, I think more properties came out in phase 4 than in the first 3 phases.
You had a lot of the shows too, so yeah, but we'll get to those. Any other sequences you want to bring up from the movie? I love the after the Avengers compound gets bombed and Clint's in the tunnels.
Yeah,
that scene's really cool.
When we see the Avengers find Thanos on the
that's a great scene.
Planet.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. So many good scenes in this movie. End credit scene. It's not really a scene so much, but you hear
the hammer. Yeah.
Tony building the
first
suit.
The Mark 1.
Man. And it hits hard.
Yeah.
To think we got 2 movies.
And I think another thing we're not talking about. We got our last Stan Lee cameo in this movie.
Yes, the last filmed Stan Lee cameo. Which, again, makes me frustrated that they didn't dedicate this one to Stan Lee. Like, why did it have to be Kevin Marvel? But, yeah, we did.
And I mean, even what he said, like, what
says, spread peace, not hate, man. Yeah, but see, I don't 100% agree with that, because you're supposed to hate things. If something's bad, you're supposed to hate it. If I ate food that was rotten, I'm not going to say, oh, I love that because it's peaceful. I'm going to say, oh, that was bad. I hate it.
Yeah. But it's just the message that he tried to bring.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, there are situations where you're not supposed to like something. Like,
yeah,
if something is that bad to you or against you, like, yeah, you shouldn't be taking it lying down. You got someone who's hitting you with a golf club. You don't just sit there and be, oh, it's peaceful. Just be peaceful. Like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, last Stan Lee cameo. I forget. Do they have they have a picture in Far From Home, right? Like, there's a Stan Lee poster or something.
There might be. I don't know. Yeah. All I remember from that, like, posters are like seeing Iron Man posters everywhere.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. They do a lot of that. But so now to the ranking. Where would you rank this movie? And we will need the list for this one.
Should I run through the list quick first?
Yeah, run through the list quick. Let me see it, and then
Movies and shows, or you want to just do movies?
go ahead and put the shows in there too.
All right. We have. Do you want me to do like the ranks, or just go in order of where? They are?
Go from top to bottom.
Yeah. Okay. But do you want me to say like S, A,
Yeah,
B?
yeah.
Okay. In S tier, we have Avengers: Infinity War, Captain America: Winter Soldier, Daredevil Season 1, Captain America: The First Avenger, Daredevil Season 2. In A tier, we have Civil War, Avengers, Iron Man, Punisher Season 1, Defenders, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Jessica Jones Season 2, Jessica Jones Season 1. In B tier, and I would also like to say, in our last video, I said Iron Fist and Luke Cage were in C. They are in B. Iron Fist Season 2 is not in the
Bottom of
B. It is at the top of B because Iron Fist Season 1 was at the top of B. Just making that distinction. Then we get in B tier, Iron Fist Season 2, Iron Fist Season 1, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Thor, Iron Man 3, Ant-Man, Black Panther, Spider-Man Homecoming, Luke Cage Season 2, Luke Cage Season 1, Iron Man 2, Thor The Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Incredible Hulk, Guardians 2, that's C tier. Guardians, Hulk,
Yeah.
Guardians. And then D tier is Thor Ragnarok and Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So
now here's the question. Is Endgame an S tier movie or an A tier movie? Because it's in between those two.
See, without the shows in there, I would put it at the top of A. But with the shows in there, I think it is better than Daredevil Season 2, which is at the bottom of the S tier ones. For me personally, I would put Daredevil right below Endgame in the A tier, and then Endgame at the top of A. Like, Endgame's a fantastic movie, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of problems that I do have with it, and we'll get into a couple more of those in a second. Like, I've brought up quite a few, but yeah,
I just don't know if I like Civil War more than Endgame though.
I think as a whole, for the whole of the MCU,
yes,
same as we did with
like
Infinity
we were talking
War,
about with Infinity War,
it goes above Civil War.
Yeah, I would say so, because I think as a movie, I would probably put Civil War above Endgame. Yes. But if we're talking about ranking the MCU, like
100% agree with you on that. Like that is the way that I'm thinking of it too.
Yep. So Endgame is in S tier, right behind Captain America.
So you Avenger. Do want to put it in S tier?
Yes, it's going in S.
Okay. So
here, you want to look at it?
Yeah.
And you guys will be seeing this on the screen.
You'll get it on the screen, hopefully for a longer port. No, you've been doing it. You've been doing it longer. Yeah, no, I think that's. I don't. I mean, again, I kind of feel like top of A tier, but I'll leave it in S tier. If I had never seen it in theaters, it would be lower on the A tier.
You can't disassociate that theater experience from the movie.
So the theater experience does definitely bring it up to an S tier, which is, again, part of the reason why I think the re-release is a bad idea. Because it is not going to have that hype.
Yeah.
Like, as you said, that lightning in a bottle, it's not coming back. Like,
it's actually funny, because I think I've been thinking about it throughout this whole thing, and I think my top 5 movie theater experiences of all time, it's probably No Way Home, Endgame, Infinity War, the Joss Whedon Justice League.
Oh, gosh.
And Batman v Superman. Because when you watch movies in the theater, you're not thinking about, oh, there's a plot hole there. The CGI doesn't hold up in that spot right there. This story doesn't make sense. You're just there living in that world, in the experience. And in the Joss Whedon Justice League, whenever Batman showed up, people cheered. When Superman came back, people went nuts. Like, it was crazy. In Batman v Superman, the fights, like, people were going crazy.
The theater experience I had for the Justice League was not quite the same. It was, I think, on the second weekend, and we went to the Catskill Theater, and there was only like 20 people in the entire theater. And I was like, wow, there's not many people. Like, I was expecting a lot more for a Justice League movie. And then we watched the movie, and there's like me and 3 friends, and we're all just like, what is this? Like,
Because
what is
when
going on?
When I went, I was definitely younger, and I had like a group of like 12 of my friends there, and we were all just sitting there in the booth, and like the theater was just packed, and it was just it was awesome.
Theater experience definitely can bump the movies up. Like,
it doesn't bump up on the ranking. I'm just saying,
but
in
like
the movie theater
your experience of the movie and like how you feel about it watching it after. So,
which honestly, I don't think the Joss Whedon Justice League is as bad as people say, but that's just my personal opinion.
Maybe we'll get to that one at some point.
Which we do actually. We probably should actually watch those movies, because when the Batman Part 2 comes out, I want to rewatch all the Batman movies and lead up to that. So we'd watch the Burton movies, the Schumacher movies, the Nolan movies, and then we'd get to the Snyder movies.
We could get to that.
Because when that comes out, like, I think we should be wrapped.
We'll be close to the end, if not done with the MCU rewatch. But yeah, no, We'll
get there. We'll get
into that later.
Now, here's the question: do we watch the Lego Batman movie?
Only if we watch Into the Spider-Verse before the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
So if we do that, then I'd say Lego Batman goes in, but otherwise, I'd say no, it stays out.
But do we watch Mask of the Phantasm as well? That was.
I mean, I'd love to rewatch that one, but no.
Well, I mean, if you let me watch Mask of the Phantasm, I might let us rewatch Return of the Joker.
Return of the Joker? I mean, for that, I might just do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so closing thoughts.
I'm sure you got a lot written down.
I've got quite a bit written down. Definitely not as much as Ragnarok's list. Like,
I'll let you just run through some stuff and I'll comment.
Yeah. Captain Marvel feels completely out of place in this movie. That's one of the first things I have. Like,
because she kind of is.
She is for sure.
She just shows up out of nowhere.
Like, of all the characters, her movie comes literally right before this one, and she has no established story. Like, she's out of place. She shouldn't have been in this movie. They should not have done Captain Marvel. Like, you could have had Nova introduced in this movie, and it would have felt better than Captain Marvel.
Or Adam Warlock.
Who had been introduced, even if he wasn't born yet. I think using the stones to destroy the stones, I think that line, while it kind of works, and I understand the story behind it, I do kind of dislike it a lot.
Which he does say
reduced to
atoms,
and we do see quantum realm.
We do see what looks like the Infinity Stones in the quantum realm.
But I also hate Quantum Mania, so I don't like that. But I love the story after Infinity War so much, like from the comics Infinity War, where Adam Warlock takes all the stones
and he hides them. And
originally he keeps them because he's like, oh, I'm going to hold order. I'm going to be the balance between everything, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then he realizes that power's too much.
It's too much for one person.
It's too much. Yeah. So he separates each stone and he gives one to each person because the stones cannot be destroyed. So having them be destroyed
doesn't he give one to Drax?
Drax gets one. Gamora gets one. Pip something.
The troll?
Yeah, the troll gets one. He keeps one, the soul stone
in his forehead,
and then I forget who he gives.
Does he give one to the Fantastic Four?
No, he doesn't give one to the Fantastic Four.
Oh, I'm thinking of the thing Reed took from Galactus.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I can't remember who. But he gives them to different.
Was
people.
it Gamora or Nebula?
Gamora was one. Nebula was not the other, because Nebula was the reason why they won in the end of Infinity War, rather than I mean, admittedly, it was Silver Surfer and Doctor Strange and Adam Warlock why they won in the end, but the only reason they got the opportunity to win in the end was because Nebula did something. But she didn't get a stone. Man, I have the comics. It's one of the few that I actually have like a good chunk of like in order. But I'll have to go through them and find out. Maybe you can put a list up. I'll look through later and
I won't.
You can put it up.
You
won't. Probably won't. But because this video's got to go out tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got behind on Captain Marvel, but understandably so. We'll try and get back to
I just didn't want to rewatch that video.
Yeah, no, I get that. But
so
I think it was one of our best ones so far. Just saying. But yeah, the stones being destroyed, I didn't really like that. Scott's daughter, the actor they chose, looks like she's like 22.
Yeah, she looks too old to be like just.
She looks like she went from what 10, 11 in Ant-Man and the Wasp to 22 in a 5-year gap. Like it looks a little.
Yeah, the actress that they cast for Quantumania does look closer to the age that
but doesn't look like the actress.
But she, one, doesn't look like the actress, and two, doesn't give a good performance.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. Like the actress they chose for Endgame looks like the daughter all grown up, but she looks too old
grown up
for the daughter in the 5-year gap that we have. So it was like both actresses weren't the right casting for it because of different factors. Hawkeye's mission, probably one of the most noble missions post Infinity War.
Oh yeah, going after
being like, hey, if you're gonna survive, you better be earning your keep to survive, because the people who disappeared, they deserved it more than you, kind of thing. Like, I love that storyline, and it's why I wish we had gotten a rated R Ronin movie. Like, that would have been so cool.
Yep, and we could have gotten like characters like Swordmaster could have appeared, because I don't think up to that point we saw Clint use a sword in the MCU at all.
Yeah.
So it could have been interesting if maybe he trained with Swordmaster after his family disappeared, or
something like that. Cool. But it could have been great. And who knows? Maybe they will try and make a Ronin.
Could have seen what happened in Budapest.
Yeah, I mean,
and it could have been rated R.
You could have done a rated R Ronin movie. Have flashbacks to him and Black Widow in Budapest, giving the backstory in Budapest while also doing the Hawkeye movie. Like, would have been great. I wish that Hulk got to go a second round with Thanos.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice.
Like, even smart Hulk didn't even get to look at Thanos. Like,
yeah.
So,
but his one arm was fried off.
I mean, admittedly,
did we even see him fighting in the final battle at all?
You get to see him climb out of the pit, and then no.
Oh my god!
Now that I'm thinking about it, no, I don't think you do get to see Hulk fighting during the final battle scene. Yeah, no,
God,
I don't think you even see him fighting. You get to see Tony put some stuff on his arm, and then he's holding up a building while getting crushed, and then Ant-Man's stronger than Hulk for a second. So
once again, I don't think it's that he was stronger. I think it's just more like
the impact of him growing threw it all off.
Yeah, even if you did have like super strength, if you had like something that was like 30 times your size, you're not going to be able to just throw it one way or the other.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of how strong you are.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing,
and with one arm.
Yeah, one armed. Yeah, no, for sure. The new Asgard.
It's so bad.
How is there any Asgardians left? One, they get wiped out at the start of Infinity War. Then they get snapped at the end of Infinity War, which means whoever's left on the ship, which there shouldn't be anyone but Thor left from the ship, because Thanos blows it up in the end at the start of Infinity War.
Did they say something about Heimdall getting like the civilians of Asgard out? Because that would make more sense.
No, because I've watched trying to find if they do, but they don't say that. And literally, Heimdall's laying there, and he's like, "Give me the power for one last magic," and he sends Hulk off. And there was no other recordings of or reports of people appearing on Earth from the Bifrost that shouldn't even work, because the Bifrost is on Asgard and doesn't work anymore. And Thor's the one who has Stormbreaker, who is the only one who can use Bifrost now.
And Stormbreaker wasn't even invented until.
And Stormbreaker is not used until after. So Yeah, there should be no one left from Asgard. New Asgard should not exist at all. If there was any survivors from the ship, they should have been cut in half after Infinity War, because the snap, whether Thanos had already killed half of the population on planets or not, he still snapped away the other half.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't make sense.
But yeah, yeah, that frustrates me to no end that any Asgardians exist aside from Thor. Like, Korg and Meek existing should not happen. Like, the Valkyrie being alive she should not be there. Yeah, no, there's so many problems with
Sif.
that. I mean, we still didn't see Sif. She didn't even show up in the end of Endgame. So, yeah. Oh man. But the
I guess she's fighting dragons on a snow planet or something.
She's just on
She's on vacation.
She's just on vacation.
She's on
for
a girls'
8
trip.
movies straight. Or well, let's see. From Thor to Dark World, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 movies she's on vacation, just chilling out.
And we don't even see her till Love and Thunder, which is another bunch of movies away.
Couple movies. The first return from the time travel test that Hawkeye does, when he first comes back, he looks like he's in pain and is like recovering from the travel, which makes sense. And then they get back from everyone time traveling and everyone's fine, and like the only one who's in pain is from Clint, and that's because Natasha just died. Like, so it was like they wanted to lean into time travel being painful.
Maybe Clint wasn't actually like in physical pain. He was just in emotional pain because he was
from the second one.
He was just about from the first one too, because he was literally just about to go and see his family, and then he just pulled out. Maybe,
but like it looks like it's physical pain. Like he's on his knees for like a full like minute, and Natasha like comes up to him and is like, "What's going on?" kind of thing. Like, so I mean, yeah, it would be highly emotional to have that. Like, I hear my family that have been gone for 5 years. Like, I was that close to them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it did look physical as well, like more than mental and emotional pain. And then brought up that one already. Kind of touched on it while we were talking during the movie. The Thanos that comes to the present in Endgame 5 years after is the Thanos from 2014 before Guardians 1, and then he gets snapped away. And like, yeah, you could make the argument he gets snapped back to his time, but like, it doesn't look that way, because unless you come up with something, which I don't know if they have or not, but the time during being snapped, which I think what's the one? Hawkeye's the one that shows Yelena coming back, where it's literally she's in the bathroom, and then the way they show it is like the dust changes the bathroom rather than her, and then she's back.
Monica Rambeau. That's who was in the hospital.
Oh, that's right. They did that one too. But in Hawkeye they showed Yelena's thing too.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but I remember Monica's from WandaVision.
Yeah, because Yelena goes and talks with the other widow who has a child, and then she goes into the bathroom for a second, and then she comes back out, and it's someone else completely. And the child's grown up, and she's like, "What?" But the way it shows it is when they get snapped, that's it. Like, there's no existence. They don't exist anymore,
and then they're just back.
So the way they show them dusted here is not that they're teleported somewhere else and like stored somewhere. It's literally they're just gone.
Because you can't like create or destroy matter. It can only be transferred from one place to another. And we do see when they get dusted, their matter is literally just transformed into dust.
Yeah. So they're not sent back in time.
Would there just be like crazy dust storms after that? Like thousands of people just turned into dirt.
Yeah.
Would that not be like?
It would be. It would probably be pretty detrimental to the environment.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
Thanos don't care about climate change.
But kind of a strange question. I kind of want to see what you think on this. Red Skull being on Vormir, is he immortal there now?
I think he is immortal until the stone is taken, and then he can just die.
So them going back in time, taking the stone from Red Skull before Infinity War, and taking it here. So he's got all that time that he's just sitting there starving. I guess.
I feel like he doesn't like need to eat. He's now just like a supernatural
he doesn't,
entity,
but
like stuck on Earth.
But then I have the question.
Stuck, like, you know.
Then I have the question: Could Clint kill Red Skull there on Vormir?
I don't think so.
Probably not. But then you also have the question: Was he teleported through time? Has he been in Vormir since the beginning of time, or at least the beginning of the Soul Stone being there?
No, I don't think so. I think it was probably after what happened in the 40s. That's when he went to the
I mean, that's obviously when he goes to Vormir in the first Avenger, like at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But has he only been there for the 75 plus years?
I think so. I think maybe there was like another guard and he got replaced by Red Skull when
he just happened to pick up the Tesseract just as that person died. So, but then that brings me to why? Well, I mean,
somebody had to take the first place. Somebody had to take the real Tesseract and put it somewhere.
True. No, because the Tesseract stayed there on Earth.
I know, but somebody had to pick up the Tesseract to put it in that grave.
Oh, you mean in the Odin one at the start of yeah. I don't know.
Or put it in the box.
It's a confusing thing. But yeah, the when Thanos is sitting on the rock, spinning the small stone in his hand, it's the same pose that Doctor Strange is doing in Infinity War, but when Thanos shows up on Titan, and I love that detail. It's another one of those parallels. One that I only found out about recently. The Thanos' sword, which as ridiculous as the design is, I do like it. It is cool.
It's cool.
It's absolutely a crap combat design, but
what's it made of? If it can break through vibranium, is it made of vibranium? Because we know vibranium comes from space.
Vibranium does come from space, so it would make sense. I mean, Black Panther's claws scratch Captain America's shield, like, so it could be vibranium. And then you have Scarlet Witch, who literally snaps his sword. So if Scarlet Witch can snap vibranium swords,
wait, could? Okay, I have a theory.
Okay,
in Avengers: Infinity War, we see Thanos with the Golden Gauntlet.
Yeah.
When he gets the gauntlet put on, it doesn't like fry his arm like it does to Hulk.
I don't know where you're going.
Could that gauntlet be made of vibranium, and the reason why it fried Hulk's arm when he snapped is because it was made of
it was just normal
because
nanotech.
Vibranium is meant to like absorb, like it's an absorbent as well as like.
I would assume that it's not vibranium simply because I feel like the dwarves wouldn't use vibranium quite as much as they would use like other materials.
But maybe they use it specifically because
they could have. So technically, the Infinity Gauntlet for the MCU, anyways, could be vibranium.
Yeah, because in the comics, it's literally like cloth.
Yeah. He's just got a glove with stuff on.
Yeah,
but yeah,
a glove with little spots.
Little attachable things.
Yeah. It's like a keychain glove.
Yeah, no, it really kind of is. I think I already mentioned it, but it's in my notes, and I don't want to go without mentioning it. Why in the world does Valkyrie have a Pegasus? Why in the world does Valkyrie have a Pegasus? Oh man, that's so stupid to me. I guess I don't have it in my notes, but I will bring it up. The female lineup I don't like the lineup part. I wish they had done it just as like here's all the females going through the battle, rather than having them all stop combat and line up to stand there like
to tell Spider-Man,
to tell Spider-Man we got this. Like
it could have literally just been like Captain Marvel lands, takes the gauntlet, and then from like behind that thing, all the women, they just come up behind and start attacking.
Yeah,
that would have been
or
better.
Do it just how they did after the lineup happens, where it's flying through the battle scene and it's every single one of them doing a different thing in the fight.
Yeah,
like rather than having the stupid lineup, like the lineup was.
We don't really get that with any of the other characters. Like we get that at the beginning of the fight with the big three, but that's because the battle hasn't begun yet.
That's a big three, and that's no
and it makes sense because the battle hasn't begun yet.
Yeah.
Then we get the lineup with all of the characters while there's like a little break in the battle because Thanos thinks he's won.
Is like, it's just me and my army versus one guy with a rock,
and then we don't get another like stop lineup moment for the rest of the fight, except
it was a silly thing to do. Soundtrack in this movie. The music goes really good in this movie. Like, especially after Captain Marvel, the music just hits so much better for this movie. Like, I don't know. I like the renditions of previous soundtracks.
Yeah, like we get a bit of the first Avenger in there. We get a bit of Iron Man.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good soundtrack parts in this movie. And then last two things. Valkyrie getting the kingship over Asgard is stupid for so many reasons, because one, Thor literally says to her, "You're a better leader than I." The entire point of her character in Ragnarok was she is not a leader. She is a complete loner. She is not a leader for anyone. And she needed Thor so that she could be led into battle for something that she knew was right but didn't want to face.
Yeah.
Like, it was silly to do, and it didn't even make sense in the storyline they had made up. And I mean, I think Thor coming back to rule over the leftovers of Asgard, whatever you want to call that, I think that would have rounded his arc off better and set him up better for Love and Thunder than him going with the Guardians of the
Galaxy. You're also missing the most important part of why Valkyrie couldn't be a leader, because she's a woman, and we all know that women.
That's obviously the only reason.
That's the only reason.
It has nothing to do with how her character was written or shown
doesn't matter. It's just because she's a woman. Like, we don't like it just because of that.
Yeah, it's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
There's no way she was written poorly.
No, like there's no possible way that a woman character can be poorly written. I mean, are you kidding me? Have you seen Captain Marvel, the greatest female superhero-led movie of all time?
Oh gosh, I'm sorry for you women.
You have such bad representation.
Yeah, at least in the
MCU.
But then again, you have Scarlet Witch, one of my favorite characters in the MCU. She's a great character.
Black Widow. I mean,
Black Widow's great.
Wasp,
not her movie, but her character.
Her character. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
The Wasp is really good.
Gamora. She's great.
Gamora's great. I love Nebula after Guardians too.
Agent Carter. Agent Carter's awesome.
Carter is great.
Have we saved ourselves yet? You think we're gonna get canceled now?
We gotta keep going.
We gotta get more Pepper Potts. Candle business.
Great.
Strong, independent women there.
Speaking of Pepper, I really love the rescue armor.
I love
the rescue armor.
It's a sweet suit.
Like the blue and gold. Like,
it goes so hard.
Like, it's such a good
I also like how it does contrast the Tony's red and gold. Yeah. Like, it would have been really cool if they had done like blue and silver to like completely contrast the suits.
Yeah,
would have been really cool.
Opposites of both sides. Yeah. But I love that armor. It was really cool.
She gets a red arc reactor.
That would have been actually kind of cool, but I don't know if it would have worked.
What if she got like a gold arc reactor? Ooh. So Tony had the blue arc reactor, red, gold. She has the gold arc reactor, blue, silver.
That would have been really cool. But I like the rescue armor. We kind of touched on it a little bit. Cap giving the shield to Falcon. And then I did want to bring up Iron Lad, which I'm glad he at least got to be in the movie. I'm glad he got to be in the movie. But I'm sad that his only part is literally 5 seconds of standing there during Tony's funeral. Like, I was like, come on, you couldn't have at least given him something to do.
Yeah, like why do we get Ironheart and not this?
Gosh, yeah.
Like, oh great, now I'm racist and a sexist. Dang it!
Now you got both of them against you.
Shoot.
But yeah,
I like Black Panther. I like Black Panther.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
But yeah, no, that's last of my notes.
Yep.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Good movie. Yeah.
And I do think without the theater experience, it would have been A rank, but with the theater experience, definitely S rank. Like,
absolutely.
But
and with all that said, we are out of the end game and into the multiverse saga.
Yeah, Far From Home, and
then we're in it.
And then Phase 4. Yeah. And starting off Phase 4, we will have extra questions.
Yeah, we're going to be adding some stuff onto it once we get out of the Infinity Saga. We wanted to try and keep as close to the same format as we could for these movies. We didn't want to really switch anything up too bad because we wanted the Infinity Saga to be sort of its own thing.
Yeah. And I think, personally, we'll add those questions in after Endgame. Which is why I'm partially bringing them up now. Because I think even though the next movie is still part of Phase 3, it's after Endgame. So anything after Endgame is really what's going to get these questions. Yeah. But
so
next time you'll hear them, and you should be excited to hear them.
Yep. I'm gonna finish my water quick.
Don't do it.
It's been spiked.
But I poisoned you. No. You don't get to see Far From Home with me.
So with all that said, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. I'm Bladen. That's Joe. And we'll see you in the next one.